Welcome back to the South American closed qualifier for the minor at Katowice. We're one map deep into Isurus up against W7M. Context of the series so far is that Isurus took out W7M's map pick of Inferno. Now they're moving on to Overpass. Was a little bit different than what the score may actually dictate. Do you want to break that one down for us, Tim?
Well, Isurus had a really good start.
Yeah.
And they were in the lead a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And then W7M made quite a decent run back into things, which it did feel like Isurus gave them a little bit. There was a bit of sloppiness, a bit of, let's rush the same thing every round and get shut down by utility and M4s. But eventually Isurus were able to grind out that final round that they needed. So a bit less close, I think, than the scoreline sort of indicates. But
Never
the important
really felt
thing
like
is,
they were going to lose. Did
exactly. And the important thing is that was W7M's map pick that Isurus managed to steal away from them. So now we head into Overpass, which is Isurus's pick. So I feel like they're going to be feeling pretty good about getting the 2-0 here and moving on to this qualifier.
Yeah, but here's some talking points for you boys over on W7M. They got that guy Rafa. He's pretty sharp with the AWP, and let's be real. Okay, Noxy was pretty good on the AWP as well, so that could be some exciting stuff. That little AWP duel. But also W7M, you know, they made a little bit of a run back into it. They got their confidence levels up. They got themselves warmed up. Let's be real. They're just slow starters. I reckon they can actually take out Overpass.
You reckon they're taking us to a third map on Mirage?
I have no idea based on off the map pools. Like map pool wise, no clue. But in terms of form and like starting to build things up a little bit, I think this one could be a bit more exciting. There's potential for them to drag us across the line into 3 maps. There's also potential for them to have no idea how to play Overpass and just roll over and die. Let's see what's going to happen. That's the exciting thing. Straight into the game. My favourite map. Have we seen it tonight? I don't think so. So I'm excited. Plenty of Inferno been going around, but not a lot of Overpass. I played a game on Overpass yesterday on a pug. It was
Let's not talk about it. We've already had this conversation. Not on stream, but we've had this conversation. And
look, all I'm going to say is I hope these guys know how to play Overpass better than
your teammates did.
Second-rate Australian players, because dear God. Anyway.
Here's the one thing that interests me about this best of 3 on a slightly unrelated note. How long has it been since we've had a best of 3 that we've casted when Mirage is map 3? It's normally one of the first 2 or it's banned altogether. I can't think of the last time I've ever had a best of 3 with Mirage as a deciding map.
No, I've seen it quite a lot because I watch a lot of Chinese and Asian CS.
Well, that's the thing. I mean in terms of what I cast. Because in Australia, it's either picked or banned. It's never left in as third.
Yeah, Chinese and Asian CS, Mirage is often a decider due to the fact that they all love to play that one. They're all happy to leave it as the last map in the pool. Usually banning out your trains and your nukes. They just want to get towards, you know, your Inferno, your Mirage, bit of Dust 2 as a pocket pick. Try to avoid Cash because that one's a bit spicier.
Bit spooky.
Yep. Alright. So it's going to be W7M on the CT. Isurus going to be running some kind of pistol tactic. We've got the P250s. Are they going to raid boss their friends? Doesn't look like it. Looking like they're going to hold on to their P250s.
Going hard.
Come on, lads. Share them around.
Share the love. Oh, well. 2 P250s, 2 flashes, 2 smokes. That's enough for a basic execute onto B if that's what they want to go for. But instead, spreading out. 2 players fast picking Fountain from the CT side, though. NBL going to have the first contest in towards bottom con. All these CTs are very, very aggressive, and the picks starting to roll in on both sides. But this player in bottom con should be overwhelmed. No. Reversive manages to stay alive there. So into the 3-on-3. Dudahan already has a good position in towards bottom con, and Reversive going to find a quick 1, looking for the second frag here as well. Just on 4 HP, but still alive and doing the damage. Eventually will be cleaned up and leaves it in the 2 versus 2. Bomb still down in T-spawn, by the way. Going to have to go back and get that one, but they won't be ready for Dudahan already chilling out on the B bomb site. Oh man, this is going to be a 1v1 when either of the players are near each other, isn't it?
Come on, Noxy, what you doing, mate? What's he going? Unfortunate. Do a one-on-one now. I don't know if there was a kit purchased by one of these counter-terrorisms, but I don't know if he's got time to find it, even if there was. T's going to head towards B.
And because he's taken so long to go back and get bomb, Riot thinks he's rotating. He's about to have a rude surprise. That's going to give a lot of time for Dudahan to go, and he still thinks it's A. He thinks surely the guy took so long planning, it's got to be here on A somewhere. He'll know it now.
Oh, the noise is going to be heard as well.
Yeah, he's going to jump here behind the door and just have such a good spot.
It's a classic case of timing.
Easy round. No!
Oh, the shoulder. I don't know, was that even intentional? The kit's right there.
Surely it was. That's 100% intentional shoulder. That's
Dear
actually
Lord.
planted outside the bomb zone side.
Literally
Val, please fix.
unplayable.
Valve,
I can't do
please
this
fix.
anymore.
Hey,
Ex-
hey,
whoa,
right.
whoa,
No, none of
That's
that.
your teammate.
Whoa.
Excuse me.
None of that in the ESL stream. Thank you very much.
Oh, shut it down. No more South America qualifiers. Not
Put the whole stream in the bin. Start again.
Come on, lads.
I was about to do your intro again as a joke, but I just don't have the energy, so we're going to cast the game instead.
Look,
Isurus,
that's real. You
going for a
you couldn't
cheeky
do it
force buy.
justice, mate.
No, that's true. I couldn't get it sufficiently low energy to match. I'm kidding, Philly. I love you.
You're doing your best.
Mixed buy of Deagles and Tech 9s, bit of armor floating around as well. T's trying to see what damage they can find, keep the economy on the CTs honest.
Killing all the counter-terrorists would make it very sad money times for the gun round. Often you do see these Ts, if they get 3 to 4 kills, they'll actually have a much better buy than the CTs heading into the following round. Even if they don't kill that many of them, they often have a better buy heading into the CTs following round. It's just about how much money in the bank accounts are left over for the CTs once they all inevitably get 1-beat by AKs, which are just better than umps. So yeah, basically CTs get shafted in every situation, but oh well. That's the game, I guess.
Oh well, welcome to Counter-Strike. Pistol's going to try and make a play out of the A-bomb site here, but there's 3 defenders waiting with automatic weapons, so the shutdown should go pretty well for them. Don't really see a way, even in which the T's get into this, unless RMN gets caught with a grenade out in his hand, but the flashbang, no, still won't do enough. The M4 will trade out the 1. The bomb going to be denied here as Rafa pushes in, able to clean up that first kill and the second. That's bombed down. The last 2 players left solo. This should be an easy cleanup. Hasn't happened just yet. Couple kills coming through for the T's. The flank's already there, and Riots will close it out. But hey, a couple kills is better than no kills.
Timmy clearly didn't watch our CIS cast earlier. You can't pull out grenades. Ever.
No, you can't.
You just shoot them.
The moment you pull out grenades is the moment you get wide swung.
It's a waste of money. Why even buy them?
Buy a decoy to make yourself feel better about not having any utility.
So remember that thing where the Ts have a better buy than the CTs?
Yep.
It's not really true, actually, for once.
I mean, from us and
It's
UMP,
about equal.
but I suppose Galil.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ooh, lots of nade damage early.
So this looks like a short sort of thing, if I've ever seen one. This con fight is definitely going the way of the T's. Aggressive lurk up in short B as well. Is he going to be able to make it work? He's actually just run away. So they have control of A. The short B CTs do not have a whole lot of anything apart from the info that the T's have pieced out through connector. And I love the Isurus approach to this round in particular, as they're just spreading back out and taking basic map control. They have the man advantage. Soon they'll have the map control advantage, trying to spread the CTs nice and thin, just like you'd want your Vegemite on toast.
Exactly that. And in fact, W7M going to gamble on an A stack. They might just be right looking at where all of these T's are playing. Still going to be a 4-on-3 on the bomb side if that's where they choose to go. Question will be if old mate 1962 decides to make a move onto B to call it out. And it looks like they have decided to go con. They're going to try and sell a bit of a fake on A with what little utility they have and get the bomb down on B, or never mind. Now it's back to A. Indecisive, but 30 seconds left. They've pretty much got to commit to A, and the CTs have rotated again. Getting spooked by not hearing anything. Entry's just going to have to work. The Molotov will bring the last player who rotated back on up. 18 seconds left. The T's need to start finding these entries quick, and it's not worked out. They found the first, but the bomb plan has been denied by the FAMAS. It's fallen apart. It's all on 1962. He's rotating up. There is no time for this at all. He's going to have to run away and save.
Yeah, look, that's a classic case of having the right idea and executing it poorly. You need to give yourself more time. The whole point of having the man advantage in that 4-on-3 is you send, if you're even going to have a guy on the other side of the map, you send him in for info. If he gets a kill, it's a bonus. If he dies and counts numbers of how many CTs there are and sells a decent fake, you cause enough rotations and create doubt in the CT mind that you're going to be able to win the round.
Instead of just chilling and hoping that they get antsy and rotate all their dudes.
Well, what was the point of sending 1962 out friggin' B there? There wasn't one.
It's so late, yeah. Well, this buy has been destroyed. There's the bomb down.
I told you. What did I say? W7M. They're straight back into this one. This is a 3-mapper, Tim.
It's very possible that it could be. That's all on 1962. They know he's the B lurker, so they're probably going to be looking for him over here. There's the peek and the spot. There's the headshot to follow. But he needs a whole bunch more kills than that. He's found the 2, though. And while he's on 14 HP, there's 2 players who are very similar amounts of health to him. That said, he's got such a rough job getting these guys out of their corners. IEM sitting back behind the stack of crates in T-spawn. The other 2 spreading out around playground, around the bomb.
They have the package. He's going to have to come and collect it.
Go to the post office and you say, hey, I missed a delivery. And they'll be like, cool, do you have photo ID?
Oops, forgot it.
My bad.
Now you get a bunch of bullets. I don't think that's how that usually works.
No, I don't think that's how the post office usually
it's just
operates.
a scolding from the lady behind the counter.
35 seconds.
Arguably worse.
For 1962 to try and make something of this. He could actually get bomb and then walk out of here. What a baller.
Okay. How has that happened?
They're not actually holding it. They assumed he'd make noise and then missed the timing. They'll hear him running now. But he's going to be able to plant.
Look, he's still probably not going to win, but that bomb money definitely makes a difference, lads.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Just get in there and plant, son. You got to go for it. He'll get it down, so there you go. Dies immediately, but bomb plant. It's not bad for Isurus in a 1-on-3 that was pretty unwinnable.
It's great. 3 alive for the CTs, though. Definitely could have been 5. They gave him all of those aim duels, but now look at the money on the Ts. That bomb plant makes a huge difference. That's a whole bunch of extra nades. This is a great time for a pause if this is attack for Isurus. That would make me very happy. The game's just starting to get to the point where you're starting to be like, oh dear, these guys are playing very well. We need to stop this momentum. And unfortunately, I think it's the classic, Tim. You pointed it out in the last map. They strung a lot of rounds together at the end of Inferno, and they started to warm up a bit. I think it is the classic case of slow starters. Something we see a lot in our domestic region.
We're very familiar with that one.
Good old order. Lose the first, but they can absolutely pump you on the next 2.
Good old all the top 4. They all do that.
True.
But maybe Isurus can get back into things here. They've got the buy together now. Certainly a team that have some pretty sharp aim when they're on points. They'll be looking to warm back into things as well. W7M throwing a lot of utility off the start of the round. And Isurus giving them no reason to do so, so it's burning a lot of grenades.
I think they expected the change-up to come out of Isurus. They've been playing quite slow for the most part, so maybe expecting a little bit of a quicker one over onto B. Was not the case. Smoke comes out from the rotator into Monster to help the anchors hold on to a little bit more of their util across the longer time span of the round. Man Wright's having quite a good game for himself. Was a bit quiet on the last one, so good to see him. He's gone. He's done the classic Jordan Mays approach.
Oh, yep.
Into the bathroom. He's looked at himself in the mirror. Why are you losing?
Get it together, son. It's time. It's time. Time to power up.
He's definitely powered up. 8-0. That's 2 frags around, and he hasn't even headed into 5th one yet. Let's see what kind of impact he's going to have. Man, this is some great bathroom control. What kind of smokes are they going to throw? Couple good smokes, couple good mollies, and this could be very sad times for the CTs. However, they do have some utility left over. Where are they going to throw it? Those are some great smokes. Those are the 2 exact smokes that you want. Backside, and then you got your dumpster smoke.
A lot of Molotovs, though, thrown out to slow the Ts down. 20 seconds left. They've got to make a move soon. They've got to start finding these entries. There's a molly for Bank. The flashbangs are in as well, but Rafa lurking behind the smoke. Going to go for the wide swing, but the first 3 entries come through. That's what they needed. That's going to be bombed down, planted safely. If you could stop having alarms, mate, that'd be ideal.
Sorry.
It's just because this round is alarming, because finally it's a win.
It's my alarm to call my mum. Won't be happening today, unfortunately. And that's a beautiful round win for Isurus. I mean, exactly. Very, very little utility. You see far too many T teams don't use that util on the entry into the bomb site.
Behind the scenes in the studio, Pilly just had his phone confiscated.
Sorry, Chris. Can't be trusted.
You clearly can't.
Look, when have I ever been on a morning broadcast? It's just never happened in my career. I'm always a nighttime caster.
Oh dear. Put us on early mornings and everything falls apart.
Yep.
But Isurus finally with a round to themselves. It's very late in the round that they do it, but they managed to make the entries work out. Some good utility usage as well.
Yeah, great utility usage. Usually you see a team with a handful of grenades and they don't make good use of them and they just try to go, well, we'll just head into the bomb site because I'm not going to make good use of it. But every single piece of utility, they only had like 5 grenades between 5 players or something, and most of them were on 1 or 2 of them, but they actually use every single piece of util in a pretty useful spot, and then they take the right entry paths and hit some pretty nice shots, and there's the round. Again, another bit of a slower one coming out from the T's.
Did Tudin spot Rafa before? Judging by the way that he's peeking this, I think he did. Not going to be able to convert it just yet, though. Very slow round coming out from both teams here. W7M just setting their crossfires and waiting. 3 players on B, 2 around bathrooms. These corners should be cleared by the T side as they move in. Basic utility out from the CTs to try to slow them down, but running a bit low on the grenades here.
Yeah, the CTs are doing the toilets sort of control where they smoke off divider and they try to fight anybody that goes inside or toilets or through the smoke, which is going to make it a lot harder to throw that same kind of an execute onto the A-bomb side as they did last round.
35 seconds, they've got 3 grenades. And the execute hasn't even come from the T's yet.
Yeah, but the T's don't have toilet control yet. Now the CT is starting to fall back a little bit more, but Riots could make all the difference here if he catches a couple of these CTs that are a little bit asleep. Or these T's rather, but it's not going to happen. That's a clean entry. Great smokes as well.
There's a hole in that smoke. They've got to be aware of it, and they will be. 10 seconds left. Going to have to get this bomb down very, very soon. Rafa not going to be able to deny this plant despite really wanting to. He actually hit that one through the box there somehow, but he's going to have to fall out. It needs to be the save here. Goes for a very ambitious jumping no-scope, but not going to hit it. No, let's fall back. Tudin's already on the hunt over here, trying to deny the guns, but looks away at the wrong moment. There's the cleanup. So at least 1 player falls for the T side. A couple guns held on to for W7M, but it's looking much better for Isurus now.
Definitely is. A slow pace is really throwing off the CTs. Not being given many opportunities to be able to open up the rounds with picks. And those are pretty important to be able to get on your CT side of Overpass. You can't just let the T's dictate the pace. You can't just let the T's come in and take the bomb sites late into the round, because you're not going to be able to give yourselves enough opportunities to be able to win. You can't just let 5 people come and crunch you on these kind of bomb sites on A and B on Overpass. You need to create your opportunities before they even make it halfway up the map.
A lot of reinvestment needed by the Isurus players there as they drop 4 guns going for the hunt. Would have been worth it if they could have taken those rifles away from the CT side, but unfortunately they couldn't do it. Another pause coming through here. Not sure exactly what this one is, but hopefully it won't be a long one.
I'd imagine it's going to be a W7M pause to talk about whether they want to force here and what they want to do if they do.
It's actually attack for Isurus, so I'm told.
Well, I guess they're probably not forcing then. If you're on the CT side, I probably would go for it. You can really use this AWP to lock down a lot of A, maybe play double con and a short B setup. I'd like to see that. Definitely could be pretty effective. You want to be disruptive of what Isurus is doing on their T side, because it feels like they're just able to walk around the map and do a lot of whatever they want to do. Take whatever control they want to get. And they haven't been contested very much. This will be the first time, and it's a leg shot from Rafa. Better than nothing. Smoke's gone to toilet, both divider and front of toilet, so it's going to be difficult for this AWP to find an angle. Surprised at how slow and methodical they're being up on this part of the map, really being careful that no one's push party and stuff like that. The question is, do they have the game plan to move through after they have actually cleared out toilet and party and all that?
Well, it's a 4-man stack on B. As long as they throw the utility to get past Rafa here, that'll be the A side open. And they have been good at using their utility to block off the retake. So there's the first smoke out. He's actually going to go through it. Has to try and make the play here, but he misses the shot and will be chased down. His teammates going to go for the rotation, but it's going to be way too slow. At this point, probably just the USPs will charge in. That from us will continue to save. But that'll be bombed down nice and easy for Isurus. They find the solo player on A. I don't think that'll be something that'll really be exploitable when gun rounds come back around. I don't think that W7M have any real reason to be stacking 4 on B with guns, but with a pistol, you might as well try something a bit more dicey, more of a gamble setup. Doesn't work out, no harm, no foul. YJ will be able to hold on to that AUG for another round. Isurus, though, all 5 of their guns still in hand, and this will be the 3rd on the board for them. 3rd in a row as well, just 1 now behind their CT opponents once this bomb goes off.
Yeah, and a lot of these teams are live already with 1,500 plus in the bank before the round's even over. Just going to need to reinvest in utility. They have taken the AWP off of the CT side as well. YJ's only got the AUG that he's held onto. So more damage done to the CT economy than to the T economy. Taking that AWP away, it's going to be hard to reinvest into that one, which is a big talking point of the CT side. Said that Rafa needed to have a pretty big impact in this game if W7M were going to have a good time at coming back into Overpass and making this a 3-mapper, but that's not even going to be an option in this round. You see Noxy with an AWP in his hands. Dangerous stuff. Especially with how slow and methodical Isurus are playing, they definitely have the capabilities to be able to set him up for success, maybe to pick bracket or something like that, maybe set him up towards long A with a flash or two. 1962 rather, not 1692, has taken connected control with some good Molotovs.
Same stuff, different year.
Yep.
Right, so it's a good line on to party here, but he's given it up at just the wrong moment.
Different setup from the CTs this time. They got riflers heavy in toilet. And I don't think this is going to work very well against what Isurus are doing at this point.
They do have a lot of contact plays being attempted here out towards long. 2 players coming straight in, shooting them all in the back. Oh, the trades, though, are good for our men. See, the T's, though, will bring it back. 1962 with some nice shooting there to make it a 3 versus 2. That's the A-bomb site cracked open. Going to get the utility out to block off the CTs once again. Lovely smoke in the truck. They push straight through it. And that will be the easy 1 tap. That's just clean. Lovely work. The last player is going to come through the smoke as well. If it didn't work the last time, try it again. He's going to adjust for it. Lovely 4K there from the man himself. That's going to make it 4 apiece.
I mean, it's so good. Their default play, it all links up. And you can see, like, they're on a roll back into this game. Everything looks so clean. None of them are particularly fragging very hard. They've put themselves in such good advantageous situations with good utility usage and strong map control, getting themselves in good fundamental positions. And then by the time they actually break the round down and we head into a situation where Isurus is actually attacking the bomb site, it feels like the CTs don't even have a chance. They lose 1 or 2 picks and the round's over. So, you know, the 1 or 2 kills that some of these players have are just the round enders, you know. They take down the bomb site defenders with some good utility. They smoke off the right choke points, they molly the right spots, they flash the right areas and get in there, and half the time it feels like W7M, they haven't created any opportunities in the mid-round, and when it comes down to the late round, Isurus has got such good set plays that there's nothing that they can do. With the map control that they get, they execute their game plan. It's really the dream. It's the kind of Counter-Strike everybody wishes they could actually play. Not so easy when you actually try to do it, though. Takes a lot of discipline, takes a lot of practice and reps and being on the same page, but so far working out beautifully for Isurus. It seems like they've just flipped a switch in this game.
Yeah, they're really getting things rolling now. Very, very well indeed. 4 rounds in a row, looking to make it 5. It is just against pistols here, so this shouldn't be too hard for them. Pank wants the scout, but gets spanked out of it instead. Leaves Rafa and Riots alone. Rafa's found 1. Should be a gun recoverable wherever we got that kill. Instead, he's going to try and flank through Con. This one probably not going to work. It's a long way back in for these 2 CT players. 962 going to hopefully be able to realize where he's coming from. In the meantime, Riots walks out onto A and grabs a 1 dig. This is getting a bit dangerous, guys. Just chill out. Don't need to go too far. 962's just missed the timing on Rafa as well. This bomb is going to go off. There's nothing CTs can do about that, but if they can keep some of these Ts on the bomb side or even prevent them exiting, which is what Rafa's currently set up to do, this could be real risky. They're going to go together, 2 of them, but he's going to peek straight in. They've got knives out. He misses the shot. The flank through long will not be able to kill him, but surely the rifle will. Reversive going to spray him down, and no one goes down to the bomb. So 3 players up for Isurus. Not bad against the pistols.
6 rounds left in the half, and this is where there needs to be a difference in philosophy implemented by W7M. They need to start being way more disruptive. They need to get in the face of Isurus and stop letting them run their default play. Stop letting them get so much map control and just keep running their game plan down to a T, because it's very clear that they're very comfortable with this kind of play. It's working out beautifully from them. Now some nades just chipping away at Isurus, but they're still able to get control of this fountain area, and these CTs are falling back again. They're not fighting for party. They're not getting in the face of the Ts. They've already fallen back to bracket side, and it's 1:30. They need to get a pick from this brackets area, or Rafa needs to pick someone trying to take long A, or it's all for nothing, really. Flash goes out towards bracket. It's going to start to put more pressure on these CTs. Bit of an off angle works out for Riot, so he's really been the difference maker in this map. If W7M Gaming are putting rounds on the board, you can bet your bottom dollar Riot's getting a bunch of those kills.
Double commit comes in. Reversive will fall. Leaves in a 3v5 now. Minute left. Isurus going to group up and head over towards B, but it's going to be a difficult fight, difficult plant, and a difficult hold for them. Not at this one yet. They are guaranteed a 3v3 at the moment on B if they head that way. But Rafa has so much information on this. He'll know when this connector push is coming. He'll hear it if it's a party walk. Or a party play, I should say. And try and get through Monster, but no one else is through that smoke. And this should be a pretty easy spray down, indeed it is. So left up to Notsky. Nocti. 1v5. Just spamming through, trying to find any sort of damage that he can. Surely there's not too much of a way back into this. Misses the shot. Really wants to try and find one of these players at least. He's going to hit the one, but baited in. The trade is there. It's much better stuff from W7M.
Yeah, definitely a lot more disruptive. The rifle is making all the difference up on that bracket area. Not letting the Ts just take map control freely, and maybe a bit of a... how do I say it? Bit of map control being taken for granted for Isurus. They're just kind of walking out bracket, not being as thorough with the HEs and the Molotovs and the flashes this time around. Just walking into the rifle angles, feel the off angles, catching them off guard that time. YJ with the secondary AWP, opening it up onto Noxy. I don't know if he had an AWP in that round in particular, but regardless, it's a pretty important pick. Isurus going to try and resolve the round with a walk out of Monster. Might have just hit the timing onto Ralph. A great flashbang, and these riflers have made their way out.
Another great flashbang. That's a quick couple of entries. NBL not quite able to convert the other one there, but they know this player's in pit. Lots of really good flashbangs coming in. Reversive somehow hasn't found it, and the kills are coming in. Now it's all up to Reversive. 1 versus 2. Minute 10 to play with. Spots out the first player, and we'll get the spray down. Sees the molly as well. Knows the second is there. The bomb on his back, so there's a time to move with this, but he's trying to bait the AWP into a peek on an angle that he is able to lock down. Not finding it just yet. Going to try and sneak in close. Catch out the top of the head. He's looking the wrong way, but a very quick adjustment. Excellent flick coming through. Saves his team with a 3K and puts Isurus in the lead for the first time.
Puts W7M on a single save as well. They've been investing a lot of money in these AWPs, and that's no small toll in your economy. Luckily, though, it could have been worse. 1500 to 2K is the hard reset, but this is just a soft reset, just a single one. YJ going to go down onto the scout, couple upgraded pistols, see if they can chip a little bit of money away from the T side, because obviously, I mean, it would make a little bit more difference for a team that's running a T side like Isurus.
Oh, this long push. This could be a little bit hairy. Here comes Rafa. They haven't checked in, but Reversive will spin around for it just in time, and now the frags start to trickle in for the T side. Spotted out a lot of these players. Reversive hasn't caught out the con player just yet, but nonetheless, a lot of teammates backing him up. But there's, I don't know, that was a headshot. Looked like it was aimed at his shoulder, but YJ's going to find another one. And don't pull grenades out, guys. They're going to hit the timing on you. This is getting a bit dicey here in the 3v3. Someone on this team needs to step up with some frags pretty soon to make this one work, or else this is going to be a very dangerous round indeed. Riot's just going to go for the straight up rotate down to B. Isurus regrouping. They've got 50 seconds to play with, so a lot of time on their hands, but not a lot of HP to work with either.
one of these CTs needs to take a risk, push out Monster or Short B and actually get some info and some advanced positioning or control, because without any info of what's happening, the chances of the CTs winning this round are it's pretty slim to none, to be honest, unless they get lucky with the rotations, which looks like what's about to happen. Obviously, YJ is looking for a lot of info towards long and short, but this setup from the CTs, not even sure if this is going to let them win the round, especially with that Molotov.
It's going to be pretty hairy indeed. Riots needs to hold this one off and he won't be able to do it. So that is the recovery. Bomb will go down, not a problem in the end at all. YJ with the scout, 1v3. All of these players are one hit with that weapon. So if he can find some nice, even just body shots are fine. If you can get some good connections, then maybe he can have a chance into this one, but I don't think they're going to give it to him. All three players just playing passive, hiding behind a smoke, hiding behind walls. Whatever they can do, forcing him to make the move and make the mistake. I really don't see too much of a way back into this one. W7M now losing a couple rounds in a row. That one was just the low buy, but nonetheless, Isurus will take it, put themselves on 7. Now we'll see what the actual buy is going to be like from W7M. Not a lot of money on a few of those players to do utility as well as armor.
See if Ruff is going to go for the glass cannon. Picks up the AUG instead. Interesting to see him go onto the head armor. Not necessarily something you'd need in this round. Probably prefer to have a kit or a Molotov at this point. But each of their own. Looks like another... oh, it's actually a short B control, changing things up. That is a great nade coming out from that short B player. It's going to be a split onto the B bomb site, but they're being slowed down by these counter flashes from the CTs. Not going to commit, going to call a cancel on that one, as a lot of utils being used, as well as the fact that they're surrounded in connector. Rafa picks up the first, and that's the bomb dropped in con for the CTs.
That's a bit of an awkward one now for Isurus to deal with. They've lost another player as well. W7M starting to get aggressive on him. Rafa throws a flash out, choosing to go play under the ladder. The drop comes in, he hits the first quick headshot. The trade is there eventually, but it's a 2v4. That bomb down in an awful position. Going to re-smoke it, but there's a player on the left. The swing is good. So is the trade, but it's all left up to this last player now to do it. Just going to get spammed through the smoke. Nothing he could do. Good round from W7M to get back into things.
Yeah, definitely. Bit of reset potential here for Isurus if they do choose to buy into this one. I'd probably prefer if they did. They can go 2 for 2. Reversive can probably drop an AK over to 1962. NBL can grab pistol and some util or something like that. Maybe go for a bit of a quicker one. Hasn't really been working for them though, especially up against the util that W7M's been able to throw. It's really been shutting down a lot of the faster plays. And in general, across the two maps, it feels like Isurus has a lot more success when they go a little bit slower, when they play around with W7M's rotations, when they get picks on W7M's CT side, when they play fast, simple Counter-Strike. I feel like these W7M players are pretty apt at shutting that down. They seem to have some decent positioning, some good utility usage, and plenty of multi-frag potential. So maybe slow and steady is the way to win the race in this scenario.
See what they're able to get done here with the rifle forced by. They've got a Tech 9 only on 1962, but for a lot of utility out across the team. Notski really needed those ones.
The 1-for-1's fine.
At least got the first kill. I wasn't sure he got any, but
going to put a lot of pressure on the rotations.
Well, indeed. W7M going to have to consider what they want to hold here. At the moment, a lot of emphasis being put around A and on Fountain. Keeping an eye on that connector area as well. Pank has just rotated back down to B to help out, and Riots, depending on this timing, might just be caught out, but he's going to hit the lucky, well, not the lucky, just the good timing. There's another excellent second frag as well.
That's the difference between a won and a lost round. If he goes down and connected there, they lose the entirety of control in the middle of the map. Maybe not short B at that point, but probably would fall pretty soon after. So very crucial multi-frag for him to be able to pick up in connector, and let's be real, he's being the huge impact player for W7M thus far in this map on the CT side. So, very split up, these two terrorists. They're trying to find some impact.
Make some plays.
Yeah, if Reversive picks up this long A player, this might just cause the rotations, and these are rotations that NBL will be able to hear all the footsteps to. I don't know if Reversive is going to check this long A angle. It's pretty gap.
Oh.
How does he... How does he do it?
And now he's hit the timing. His teammate can go and plant the
100%.
bomb on B.
Yep. And they're probably going to think it's A. He's going to continue selling this one. Question is, does NBL know that there is one in connector and one? Yeah, he seems very well aware of the CT positioning.
Reverso might even grab this kill for him. He's wrapping through, but he's called it out to his teammate, and oh, he misses the opportunity. Flashbang through and high, trying to get this frag, and that could be the round, but no. The T's managed to grab it back. Now they can just go play bomb. Pank has no util. He's got to just try and trap this and draw them out, or tap it and draw them out even. There's the final frag coming in for NBL. A risky 1 or 2v3 there, 2v2, whatever it was, but it works out. They hit the shots.
Needed to take a risk. They're in a 2-on-3. Overpass, very spread out map, meaning that there's plenty of opportunities for the T's to be able to convert a disadvantageous situation by just choosing the right avenue. Not sure they even necessarily did. I just feel like the right avenue in that regard was one being the opponent with some ridiculous shot that you shouldn't be able to hit, which, you know, works out for a lot of Asian teams. Don't see why not.
Supposedly this one's a TeamSpeak issue, so hopefully it'll be resolved before too long.
Got to be able to speak to your team.
Got to be able to speak to your team. It's exactly right.
Yeah, you're my team, Tim.
Well,
we speak
fortunately,
to each other.
we can talk to each other a lot.
We're on speaking terms for
We
now.
are. For speaking teams? No. All right, well. Fine. Fine. Be that way. How are you feeling about this map so far? Is this a W7M win or an Isurus win, based on what you've seen?
I think probably... How did W7M's T side go on Inferno? Not well, right? They were stronger on CT, correct?
I believe so. I can't actually remember what halves they played. They started CT, didn't they?
They started CT, and then...
and it was a 10...
No, they started T. They started
That's
T.
right, yeah, because it was their map.
And they made a comeback on CT.
It did.
Yeah, they were getting domed by Isurus T side. Or CT side, rather. So, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be difficult for W7M to run a substantial T side on a map like Overpass that they might be a little less familiar with if Isurus has gone for sort of the veto advantage rather than we all play this kind of map approach and we're the better team. I don't know. I feel like W7M definitely has had to make the best of this CT side, and Riots has been making a huge amount of impact for them. The question is how long can he sort of keep that performance up, and can he keep it up half to half? Will somebody else step up, or is Isurus going to try and sort of roll over them on their CT side? Because remember that monstrous CT side Isurus had on Inferno? It was very active. They were going aggressive all over the place. They were playing together. They were really no respecting W7M, and they had a pretty hot start into Inferno, and that kind of a play on Overpass CT is exactly what you need to employ to have a very good CT half. So could be some scary stuff for Isurus if you're proactive and rotating around a lot and getting aggressive on Overpass CT. That's exactly what you want to see.
Well then, we're heading into the last round of the half now, round 15 in what is potentially our final map here if Isurus can claim the win. It's going to be a pistol and SMG force buy here out of W7M. Trying to take some early con control, but 962 is ready for it. Bit of a risky peek with a knife in hand, but pulls out the gun just in time. Pank going for a push here, should be caught out.
This is looking like a 9-6 half from Isurus, which doesn't fill me with a whole lot of confidence for the side of W7M going into their T side. Con and B control, but that's about it. And we're seeing a lot of these Ts just take the safe, standard approach, heading up long A, Molotov into connector. It feels like they are in a very strong amount of control of this round. 1962 just confirms that there is players in connector still. They got them trapped in there. Not a whole lot they can do about it, and it's a matter of time. Noxie's getting info towards A. They're going to slow clear out toilets, head towards A with the bomb, and keep these CTs locked into con. YJ, though, picking up that player towards Monster is a pretty big kill, but it's not going to matter too much when Noxie is just... I mean, balls of steel really walked out onto the A bomb site.
Cleared all that out, and he's got the info on the rotate. The spray is messy, but it's good enough. Lock down that play up.
If you think about it, it's a pretty good read. I mean, you know that they're in con, you know that they're pushing Monster. How many CTs can there realistically be? They're not just all one in one sort of location each. Pretty hard retake for the CTs to complete here, especially with util
Yep, they're already starting to get locked out.
1962 seems like he's about 5 steps ahead of everyone else.
Certainly seems that way. YJ's going to try and make something of it, but he's going to get one bead. There's the final headshot coming in for Noxie as well. So it is a 9-6 half for Isurus on their own map. They're already up 1-0 in the series. They need this map here on Overpass to get us through, or get themselves through, I guess, into the rest of the qualifier. This isn't quite a spot at the minor just yet for them, but it is elimination for the team who loses this best of 3. At the moment, it's looking like it might be W7M, but not going to call all doom and gloom just yet, as we're only 3 rounds apart between the two teams.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the success from W7M, though, is predicated on either A, X player goes huge, or B, Isurus runs a little bit too quick of a T strat against a full util CT side and gets absolutely banged out of the server. And apart from that, they haven't had a whole lot going for them. So I feel like if W7M is going to make any kind of a run back into this game, we're going to need to see some kind of momentum-based, wildly streaky T side where they're just hitting bomb sites right and left and getting in people's face, and Riots is just double entering with the AK, and you know, Rafa's out shooting Noxie on the AWP or whoever it might be. Because if that's not happening, then I don't have a whole lot of hope in their ability to be able to make decisions into the later round on a map that they didn't pick.
Yeah, it's looking like it might be pretty dicey.
Oh, love that smooth. A little workman helmet. Getting down to business.
And going into demos.
Yeah, it's like Banksy, but worse.
Why you gotta hate, man? What would you do if we shredded Overpass in a frame?
That'd be very sad.
And then it'd sell for even more money.
Look at that.
You'd be sad, just like that, man.
Yeah. That
smooth always seems to come around at the perfect time. Whenever we're talking about anything sad, we just get a random smooth at that guy's face. But speaking of things that are not sad, Isurus on the CT side looking to grab the 2-0 here in the series. 1 kit, 1 smoke on 1 player. Rafa with the utility on the T side. NBL spotted out a few here towards B, but he's taking the worst of this exchange. Great flashbang. Needs to start finding some frags here. They've given him a lot of chances, but can't get the bullets on target. And the T's going in very, very quickly indeed. They're going to overrun all of the CTs. It's left down to 2 versus 5 for 2-10 and Noxie.
Definitely a bit worrisome. These CTs looking a little bit sloppy with the aim. Definitely didn't even make a good run of that with any of the USP shots. Just the T's coming in with the intensity and the pace. The aim as well looking a little bit crisper for the T side. So that's going to net them the pistol at least, if not a little bit of a run into this half until Isurus are able to wake up a little bit, which you'd think they would be able to do in the first half. But let's be real. I don't feel like a lot of that T-side victories were predicated upon the aim necessarily, as opposed to out-positioning and out-thinking and out-teamworking their opponents, using the utility well. Overall game plan going very well for them. So individually on the CT side, definitely going to need to be stepping up in the aim department, because let's face it, W7M, it's already looking like they're going for that death ball approach. They're not going for the overall big picture, spread and pick, take map control and stuff like that. And for the death ball approach, you're going to need good counter flashes, well-placed utility, some nice crossfires, but your players need to be on point, need to be hitting their shots as a specific requirement, because if that's not happening, the rounds are just getting too messy. You're going to be ending up in too many 2v2s and 3v3s, and if W7M put themselves in decent positions, it's going to be difficult to win those.
Which is indeed. There's 1 kill at least. There's a gun recoverable. The UMP, but better than no gun at all. They're going to Molotov along with it too. Already the hunt is on for the remaining SMGs on that T side. Iron Man spots out 1. Won't be able to get the second one, so that's another SMG recovered, but SMGs are not AKs, so I can't imagine the CTs will be too keen on keeping them. They'll take them for now though, do what damage they can.
I reckon they will keep them. You can make good use of these umps in plenty of positions. They're going to be able to make you money and buffer your CT economy. The game's nice and close. You don't need to rush anything too early here and upgrade into guns that you don't necessarily, how do I say it? Upgrade into guns that, you know, have huge amounts of firepower. The umps will do. They'll be able to make work of these early couple of rounds, I think.
The umps will do. We will see. Isurus now going to take their final tack pause. They've used all of them for this map. They really don't want this series to go to a third. Doing everything they can to be able to make the adjustments now and take this one out 2-0.
Doesn't fill you with a whole lot of confidence that they're just burning through them. I mean, one sort of regard you can say, look, they're using them nice and early to be able to try to put their, you know, feet on the rungs of the ladder, so to speak. But at the same time, makes you feel like they're kind of running out of options. Why doesn't 96C2 have armor? That's what I really want to know.
Maybe he thought he bought it, and then whenever that happens to me, it's because I use buybinds, and it's because they randomly choose to prioritize grenades over armor.
Buybinds are rubbish.
Well, so am I, so it makes sense that I will have them.
Look at this though, full connector control for the CT side, and we're actually going to head up long 8. It's about 900 IQ points, I would say. They've given their opponents the umps, intentionally, obviously. Didn't just lose gunfights to USPs. Then they've head up long 8, because they know the long-range duels should favour them. Definitely the death ball approach, though, that I feel like we're going to see a lot of from W7M in this game. And it's a thing that you see a lot of from plenty of teams, that when you head a bit further down the map pool, they can't get used to the fundamentals of how to play all the different maps. You can't possibly have a map pool that wide. Noxie gets punished for pushing through connector there, getting a little bit antsy and gets a dink onto Pank, but dink for dink, ump versus AK, you know who's coming out ahead of that fight every time.
The answer is, for those playing along at home, the AK.
Yep.
Ding, ding, ding.
Dink, dink, dink.
W7M going to go for, it's only one dink. W7M going to go for the long take here. There's 2 players waiting for this one. 962 spots out the player running away from the Molotov. No one's actually looking at long yet, but they should have a pretty good idea that this is the way that things are coming. The spot is on the one player at B, and a nice adjustment from MVL will guarantee him that kill. Here comes the push in though. Excellent entries from IEM, picks up all of the A players. It's all up to this rotation now. 2 versus 3. IEM left low, but still, not a lot that can be done here. MVL coming in fast. He's been heard, looking for the first frag, but didn't peek in far enough. It's going to give Iron Man all the room he needs to pick out behind him and line up that kill.
Sounds like you're saying Iron Man. When you say
maybe
Iron
I am.
Man.
Iron Man. Tony Stark is in the server.
Wow.
Flying around, shooting lasers, and whatever else Tony Stark does.
Well, if Tony Stark is in his suit right now, then that's probably the W7M approach, because they are deathballing right now. 4 of them just going hard, shooting lasers all over the place, nuking the bomb sites. And I mean, it's worked out for them in that round. Bit of a slower one, just the death ball up long A and progression smoke, and they just bust onto the bomb site with the, you know, you got your 4-1. The one just went on to B. Try to make sure that you're keeping plenty of CTs over towards that side of the map. Indeed he did. Entries go the way of the T side.
Nice trade. Aversive going to grab one onto Pank. That'll be a gun in their hands.
Isurus really need to recognise that this is the way that W7M seem to be playing so far. I mean, this round a little bit more split up, maybe because they're anti-ecoing or whatever, but it does need to be a feature that you recognise. Oh my god, what is that? That is pure luck on the second one. First one, very nice adjustment, but second one, his spread definitely didn't reset, so thanks, Gaben. I'll take it.
Appreciate it, mate. The second bullet on the Deagle is pretty surprisingly accurate. I'm not going to say it's reliably accurate, but it's surprisingly accurate on the second. Every bullet after that is gone.
Not when you're spraying that fast. But if he did wait a little bit between shots, I would have said, yep, skill. But he was 100% mouse wanting that one.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But regardless, thought I thought the rough up. He's been good, but he's got to try and get a 1v4 now off the back of the Deagle Heroics. Has the rifle in hand, but that's about all he has going for him. The jump spot gives away the info. They're just able to lock him in now. Very difficult situation for him to win. They're just still picking him at once. It's so tough, and he can't get it done. They will be able to retrieve that AK as well. And Isurus.
3 AKs retrieved.
They pull off the miracle. They get 3 AKs in hand.
Reset 2 of these players, at least on W7M. That's the nightmare. That's a huge break for Isurus. It's going to buff their economy up hugely. Full buy across the board, and still 3 to 4K on 3 of their players.
Oh, look at the buy on the T side. 2 pistols, 1 SMG, double AK.
Not
Utility's
good.
not bad, but the weaponry is pretty bad. It's an unlucky Molotov. Still works.
Yeah, so again, simpler sort of plays coming out of the T side. Seeing quick one out connector, trying to get out onto that B bomb site. Good setup from the CTs though. In short B, haven't even had to deal with the second person yet. Pank, you may have the bomb site, but you don't have the bomb.
Going to have to run back through a smoke for that one, and while he will get it, just buys more time for NBL to figure out where he's going to play. And he is waiting for this cross as well. Should have the better angle on it, and will spot him out, get the spray down happening. Isurus straight back into it. This will be the eco coming out from the terrorists. This should be 12 on board for the CT side. They're already up a map here in this series, looking to take it 2-0. It comes on the back of the pistol win, the Deagle Heroics from 2-2, and W7M. Just like that, they've been scuppered. They're going to give up 12 rounds here.
It's absolutely terrible as well with the style that they're playing, that they gave away that anti-eco, because it's just given Isurus the spending power to buy all the utility in the world, and that's really the key to be able to shut down these contact plays and these death ball approaches, is just dropping utility at the right times, good smokes, good molotovs to slow things down, get the info, good counter flashes when the hits actually come in. Need to be able to hold on to as many of these guns as possible to really lock this one down, secure the game.
A little bit risky, but it's alright. The guns are recovering just fine. NBL catches one on B, and there's a last frag for the other AK-47. Only 4 points of HP dropped across the entire team. Not a bad little anti-eco for them. The guns will come back out from W7M here, but if they lose this round, things are looking real dire. They won't have that much money going forward, and they'll be looking at 13-9 down.
Really got 2 or 3 more chances to get back into this one before Isurus is able to snap this map up. And not only the map, it's going to be their run in the South American closed qualifier for Katowice. The dream is over. They do drop this one. So W7M, backs against the wall, fighting for really everything that they play Counter-Strike for, if you think about it. Everyone wants to go to the minor. There isn't another tournament more worthy of your time and attention.
Exactly that. The major is what everyone wants these days. And I can't fault any of them for it. It's the most prestigious tournament we have. Reversive, pretty critical position here for him to be playing. Pank's looking for the boost, but instead chooses to fall back. This angle is being held through Monster, but the smoke will block it for now. Gonna line up a smoke of his own, but the Orb of Notsky's gonna strike first. 2-2 and inside connector will get the second. There's one trade at least, but immediately back. The Orb again. Now Rafa and Pank flashing themselves into B, going out through Monster, but the bomb's down. It's all on Pank now. He's going to be able to get that thing, I think, and get out of there okay, but he goes for the peek instead. That's an excellent first shot. The spray will bind the time to get out of there. 45 seconds left, or just about. He's going to be able to get over to this A bomb site and try and make some sort of play, but already the AWP is here to cut him off. There's still players inside connector. He might even try wrap back to B here. Could actually catch the timing on this one, but gives up his position. Bit of spam through. Going to get a nade to slow him down as well, and all of a sudden Pank in a world of pain, has utility out, and we'll be able to grab another frag here. He's making this one competitive, but 20 seconds left. He's pretty much got to go B. He's going to go straight through this smoke, try and find his way out, but 1962 knows it has to be coming. He's stuck in the door, but he will make it out. Just going to flash straight in and go plant the bomb. 12 seconds remaining. 1962 hears it coming. He knows it has to be B. He's going to let him plant and then immediately swing out for the frag there. There we go. Gets it eventually. 13-9. That's going to be a pistol buy and or a save. Isurus on the brink of being able to take this map away.
Yeah, they're going to have to save into the next one. I swear to God, they have plenty of tack pauses left. They need to take a tack and have a chat, because they're definitely running very quickly out of options now that Isurus has the utility and the momentum. Definitely playing with a lot of confidence, a lot more confidence on Isurus now that they have a bit of a buffer in terms of the economy. Being scared of being broken economically can definitely make you more timid on that CT side, but here's the aggression out from W7M. Not even the whole team, more so just RMN, just going absolutely ham, Terminator style, straight up bracket without the rest of the boys. They sent him in with good wishes with the flashbangs and worked out beautifully. He's now secured himself a rifle, and they've got some toilet control.
So while W7M started this round 1 kill up, they've still got to manage to triumph over all of these pistols. Only the one rifle, no armor. Nice quick flip from Noxy there. Looking for the boosting player, and he'll hit that too. That's the bomb down and spotted as well. Now the cleanup is coming through nice and easily. Reversive spots one, knows it's the gun, and will mop that one up as well. So now it's on to YJ, who has found himself the 1 kill. 50 seconds to work with. He's going to be able to go back and get the bomb. Maybe even pick up that rifle out in the toilet connector. but the flank is already coming. Look at 1962. He's all the way up through party. He will look at long at the right moment. Here's all the footsteps, and that's an easy frag. 14 now up for Isurus. Just 2 away from knocking out W7M from this close qualifier for the minor.
Here it is, backs against the wall for the T side on a map they're not too familiar with. Plenty of money on the CT side. This is literally CS on hard mode. High pressure qualifier, so. One map and lost and you're out on a map you're not so familiar with, and the CTs have all the money and all the momentum and all the confidence, and they want to go to the minor. It's about as high intensity CS as you're going to be seeing.
Collateral picks off one and will be able to get away. Molotov there to back himself up as well. Noxie doing well here, pressure off, but Rafa immediately on the tray, and the AWP just has to run, get all the way back up A long, which you will be able to do. Spray through the smoke. They want to get into B, but NBL, nice quick frag. There's the trade as well for 1962. Molly in to lock down Monster, and it's a 2 versus 3. Rafa and RMN up against the wall. Need to try and get their team around here, and it's a great shot from 1962 again. All on RMN now. Bomb down. Lots of time to work with. A single flashbang only, and it's a wide peak from 1962 to close it. That's 15 on the board. They can buy through here, W7M, but the money is not looking good. This is match point for Isurus. This is elimination point for W7M Gaming. If they can't find this one, they are out of this qualifier. Isurus, they're not through to the minor yet if they get this round, but they are one step further along the path, and they are stopping W7M from progressing any further.
Definitely, they're avoiding elimination, beating a team that they're probably tipped to beat most of the time, I would imagine, but W7M definitely making a decent accounting for themselves. Here's their last opportunity to be able to bring this one back into OT, and Noxie with the first pick again. He's been so good at opening up the rounds on the CT side once he's finally had the money and the means to get the AWP in his hands. 4 on 5 now, going to be hard for the T's to convert.
NBL spotted that one as well, and he will be able to grab that frag. All of the kills fall apart. All of a sudden, it's just YJ left, and that'll be it. It is Isurus to clean it up. 2-0 for them over W7M Gaming. They knocked them out of the qualifier. They knocked them out of any chance at the major. They will be progressing forward. That is Isurus themselves. They've got another shot. They're in the lower brackets. They've still got a bit more of a run to make it through for one of those 2 spots for South America, but they've made it possible for themselves. Yeah,
and really, really good showing for yourselves if you're W7M. Definitely had an opportunity to be able to win both of those maps, but a little bit too slow to start. Isurus picking up advantages on both of their T sides. Very good T side team, nice slow methodical play, making the best of things, and unfortunately just being a little bit too slow to start and get things going. W7M weren't able to make it work.
No, unfortunately not, but like you said, they did have some decent rounds there on both maps is what I was trying to say there. They had some good showings, but unfortunately not enough. Isurus, they did have moments where it got a bit away from them, and there were certainly times where W7M got some good rounds, but overall Isurus felt like they had a pretty good handle on the majority of the rounds in those games. They certainly played well. So it's a 2-0 for them. They will play the winner of Sharks and Wild, which will be for one of those spots.
Should be difficult to go up against either of those teams. Both Sharks and Wild definitely as good enough or on the same level, if not better, than the Isurus team. So that'll be quite the match to watch, including Instant Imperial, great match to watch as well. All of these teams could do damage at the minor, so looking forward to see all of them not only play for the spots at the minor, but any of them playing in the minor. I'm sure they'll make a decent account for their region.
Yeah, I certainly think so, and it's been very interesting for me, and I think for you as well, now that we've had a chance to watch a few more of these South American teams than we've seen outside of the couple that are in Pro League. It's been a nice little bit of exposure into other regions for us, and the same thing can be said for the CIS qualifiers that we had earlier. We're now starting to lock in the teams for the minors. There's still a lot of qualifiers yet to be played. We've still got, I think, a few days across all the regions of qualifiers left, so we're not quite all the way to locking in all of our teams for those minors to be held before the major in Katowice just yet, but we are getting closer.
Yeah, definitely, and I mean, we're going to be seeing more and more of these minor qualifiers play out as these couple of days roll on and more of these matches come out. We're definitely seeing the Asian minor start to be wrapped up, CIS definitely getting along, and South American definitely getting there as we've seen a couple of those games sort of close out. So we'll see how some of these minors resolve themselves, but until next time, we're going to have to wait then.